Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Cult member jailed for killing 2-year-old daughter. Dated 21 August 2024. From Tiffany Turnbull, BBC News, Sydney. Tilly Craig disappeared in 1987, sparking a decades-long search. Warning, this story contains details readers might find distressing. A cult member who beat her 2-year-old daughter to death over her failure to properly complete chores in Australia has been sentenced to 9 years in jail. Just 9? Really, just 9? Tilly Craig disappeared from the Ministry of God farm in 1987, sparking a decades-long search by her father, who was told she'd been adopted. In reality, Tilly had been killed with a plastic pipe. Her remains were then allegedly burned by the sex leader and scattered at the commune in regional New South Wales. Ellen Rachel Craig, 62, was charged with her daughter's murder in 2022 after a tip-off to police. She later pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of manslaughter. I hope she dies in there. When sentencing Craig on Wednesday, Justice Natalie Adams accepted that Craig had not intended to cause serious harm to Tilly, but said calling her death a tragedy would be a gross understatement. I don't believe that. Like a plastic pipe? Come on. She died at the hands of someone whose role it was to protect her. To protect her. Scientologists, you should listen. To protect her. She told the NSW Supreme Court. According to the agreed facts read in court, children in the commune were required to do chores, regardless of their age, and were often disciplined with a piece of black pipe. You tell me that's not intentional? On 7 July 1987, Tilly had been sweeping when her mother, unhappy with the quality of the work, beat her to death. How is that not intentional, you guys? Craig, who was 25 at the time, later brought her daughter inside and said, "She stopped breathing, and oh no, she's gone." The court heard she laid Tilly in a bathtub and waited for the cult leader, known as Alexander Willon, or Papa, to return, at which point he prayed for the resurrection of the girl. I mean, it's unreal. Wilson is then accused of cremating Tilly before scattering her ashes and forbidding the cult members from speaking of what happened. Yeah, you're covering up a murder of a child. Aiding and abetting, harboring a criminal, falsifying reports. Well, maybe not falsifying reports. He was charged with being an accessory to murder, and later over separate sexual assault allegations. But the term, I don't want to go there, you guys, because I'm feeling a rage coming. But the terminally ill man has since been declared unfit to stand trial. So you can cover up the murder of a child, sexually assault children or women, and if you're just too old, which you guys will notice there's a lot of this in the media, and anyone who has eyes to see should know why, then you don't have to go to jail or prison. Craig was expelled from the cult by November 1987 and traveled to her home country of New Zealand, where she lived under several aliases until her arrest and extradition in 2021. In a segment of a letter that was read to the court, Craig apologized for her crime, claiming something happened to her as a mother at the farm. She's just trying to save herself. If she was a real decent human being, she would have turned herself in a long time ago. My actions were horrible, terrible, horrific. I will never forgive myself for what I have done, she wrote. Yeah, I guess that's why you were evading the police, huh? Adding that she wanted justice for her daughter and was at peace with her imprisonment. Tilly's father, Gerard Stanhope, who visited the cult several times during his desperate search for his daughter, did not know she had died until his ex-partner was arrested. I spent years waking up every day with the hope in my heart that I would find her, and going to bed devastated that I was unable to do so. Stanhope said in a victim impact statement read to the court, as reported by SMH. I mean, I'm just going to say, obviously he wanted to see his daughter, but wouldn't you kind of know something was wrong if you hadn't physically seen her? Come on, man. I didn't find out until more than 30 years later that my daughter was already gone. I've got issues with that statement. Craig will be eligible for parole after 6 years in custody. 6 whole years, you guys. In November 2027. So I will leave the link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.